We watch it, we can say that came from here when they present that trophy.
The focus is now on Baltimore for the second leg of the Triple Crown.
But it turns out the race has a much closer connection to Louisville than you may think and really didn't know. Tucked away in the St. Matthews area sits a smaller city called Woodlawn Park. It holds an often hidden piece of Louisville's rich horse racing history.
It's a story that dates back years before Churchill Downs even existed. Sarah Wagner and editor Joe Federle explain.
You'll find track tributes all over town, but none neater than this neighborhood.
We're the closest thing to Mayberry, this side of your TV.
The itty-bitty city of Woodlawn Park started in 1954, but its roots date back decades before.
In 1859, Woodlawn Race Course opened on this property. At the time, it was considered by many to be the Saratoga of the West.
Fast forward a few years to 1861, when famous breeder R.A. Alexander commissioned Tiffany's.
Tiffany's!
Yep, that Tiffany's, to create the winning trophy for the Woodlawn Classic. They called it the Woodlawn Vase, a treasure the Civil War forced into hiding.
They had to bury the trophy somewhere on the property here to keep it safe from marauding Confederate soldiers.
It sat in secret for years.
The track officially closed in 1870, which was 5 years before Churchill Downs opened.
The trophy eventually made its way above ground and back to the racing world.
In 1917, it found its way to Baltimore and is now the winning trophy of the Preakness Stakes at Pimlico Racetrack in Maryland.
The Preakness Trophy, more dear to a horseman than a shelf full of Oscars.
To be clear, the Woodlawn Vase is worth a casual $3.8 million, so the winner gets a replica.
You have to be proud of the fact that you have that type of history in the city.
And neighbors like Nick are.
In football, you have the Lombardi Trophy, and in hockey, you have the Stanley Cup. Churchill, you have the Run for the Roses, but the Preakness has the Woodlawn Vase.
Any sign of what once was may be long gone, but not for Nick.
Sometimes when I'm sitting out on my back porch with my dog, I kind of like to imagine, horses coming down the stretch and the roar of the crowd as people are winning their bets. It's a pretty neat piece of history.
A treasure for this tiny town.
Spirit's still here.
And all who call it home.
As a fan of history and a fan of horse racing, I kind of got the best of both worlds there.